So this horse that Raven is on, I didn't ask the owner, or I forgot to ask, or whatever. But I didn't get this horse's name, so we have been calling her Noname. Well, if you think about Noname, that is kind of no name with a French accent. But anyways, that is what we're calling her for right now. I'm sure I'll find out what her real name is. Raven is riding her. Raven rides with me at least 3 or 4 days a week. She's 15 years old, and she wants to be a trainer. So this horse came in, and I had a pretty good idea that this was a pretty nice horse as far as no issues. But what I told Raven was, go work this horse, and this was the day after the horse came in. Go work this horse. I will tell you she is not supposed to buck, but other than that, you go figure her out. Tell me what her holes are, tell me what the issues are, and you go figure out what this horse is. And Raven, I've worked with her. She's been riding with me several years, even though she's only 15. She's been riding with me a long time. She's a really good hand with the horse. And I told her, that's what I told her, and she went and did some groundwork and eventually got on her, kind of feeling her out what she is. And that's what Raven's doing now. She's on her back and feeling out what she is as far as a riding horse. And Raven's doing a really good job figuring out her buttons. And I knew this horse had a pretty fair amount of rein and training. So I figured this was a pretty safe horse to put Raven on and kind of give her those instructions. And the reason I did that in that way, the owner actually is from North Alabama, and she went to Louisiana to buy this horse. Bought the horse, tried her there, bought her, and I am on the way back from where she bought the horse, and she called me and asked me if she could drop the horse off and have us ride her and make sure she was what she was supposed to be. So it turned out to be a good situation for us to try the horse. It turned out to be a good teaching situation for Raven, so I can help her in her endeavor as far as becoming a trainer in the future. And this turned out to be a pretty nice horse. She has had a lot of rein and training. There are some issues that we have found that I believe is why she came up for sale. She tends to be a little heavy on her front end, a little bit pole resistant, and you can see that pole resistance kind of come and go as Raven rides her around. And Raven actually told me all about that resistance after her first ride. She was spot on as far as what the issues were, and I have ridden this horse since then, and kind of checked out what Raven told me, and she was spot on exactly what the horse was. And we are working the horse for the owner. The owner kind of wants to learn how to ride her. I believe the owner wants to go kind of towards some ranch classes, and that's the direction that we're working towards, that will help the owner go in that direction. In this situation, I just set the camera up in the end of the arena, and we just recorded everything that went on that day. I believe at this time I am out in the big arena giving somebody else a lesson, and Raven is working this horse and figuring out what she is. And this is kind of how our operation works. And Raven gets assigned a couple of horses to ride, and this is one of the horses that she's working for the owner. This situation works really good because it's a fairly beginner owner. She can ride. She's ridden a long time, but the she doesn't have a lot of experience riding horses for show. So Raven can feel the horse out and get the horse kind of in the direction of what the owner wants to go, and the owner is it's kind of like putting a little bit more of a, not so much a trainer. Raven's good, but she's not a trainer. and it puts that kind of rider on the horse so that I can watch and make sure that the horse is a good match for the owner. So it's a really good situation, and that's this way I can make sure that the horse is a good match for the owner. There's no issues. If there were any issues, Raven would come tell me. And this horse is going to end up being a pretty nice horse. I'm not sure how she's bred. With the ball face, she might have some gunner in her. The coon tail, that kind of is indicative of my mind went blank. I can't remember what that is. But anyways, as you see Raven trying to ask her to spin, Raven knows all the right buttons to ask for a finished horse. And this horse is a little bit heavy on her front end, but she's going to be a nice horse. And this video, I just set the camera up to record what was going on in the arena. And you can watch Raven work this horse and see what she is. And I eventually want to put a microphone up in the middle of the arena, something that'll pick up sound for this kind of recording. I do a lot of recordings already where I'm mic'd up and I'm talking about what the horse is doing and what I'm doing with the horse. But we ride a lot of horses every day, and I need to get more videos out. So I need to set up where you can just be like you're here watching us work horses, and that's what this is right here. You're just kind of like you're here spending the day watching us work horses, and that's what this video is all about. And you can watch Raven work this horse. No to May. That's what her playlist is going to be. I'm sure we're going to have more videos of her, and I'm sure I will find out what her actually name is, or what her real name is at some point. And I will put a link up in the corner of her playlist. Thank you for watching.